You grew up in the small town of Bamberg, South Carolina, and you have said that you were always aware that you and your family were different. You've said we were always other. What was that like growing up, and what kinds of lessons did it teach you?
I think you grow up in a small town, and you know, your father wears a turban, your mother wears a sari. We look different. Everybody treated us different. When it came to taking standardized tests, there was black, white, and other. We were always an other. So there were a lot of reasons that we looked and felt different. But it was in that small town that I'm very grateful, because my parents reminded us that it's not about how you're different, it's about you're similar.
You know, you always seem to be able to talk about people treating you differently, and yet your family's ability to transcend it. But you also say that as a child you would see people sort of staring at your dad, and even in one case, the police were called because he was just shopping at a roadside stand. And you said it made you sad for him.
It did make me sad, because I knew that they didn't know him the way I knew him, and I knew that they were, whatever fear or concern they had, I knew wasn't warranted. But at the same time, while I talk about those differences, it's in that environment, in that state of South Carolina, that I watched them change. I saw the evolution. I saw how they wanted—
The people in the community, not your parents.
Right. They wanted to know more about our family. They listened when we talked about how we were similar. As South Carolina changed, you didn't see the strange looks and all of those things happen anymore when he would go to the store, if he would go anywhere else. There's always going to be some of that, but the welcoming spirit took over as I grew up. And so there's a real appreciation for, while we felt different, we were accepted over time. And that's something that we were always grateful for.